Shalom to everybody. It's good to be back in the house of the Most High El. Hallelujah. I will wholeheartedly give thanks to Yahweh in the council of the upright and in the assembly. It is to you, Yahweh, that we gather on this day that you have set apart for Hebrew Israel to come together to worship your magnificent name and to talk about the things that you have given to us in this exile to live by. You have kept us from hurt, harm, and danger. You have healed our bodies when they have been afflicted. You have opened our eyes that we might be able to see the wonders that exist in your great Torah. And to that we give you praise and we give you thanks. To you, Yahweh, and you alone, there is no spirit that's greater than you, for you have created all things. And we simply pray and we simply ask that you would spare your people in this exile, have mercy, and show us grace in our time of need. Let this building be filled with your Ruach, your set-apart spirit. Let the worship be pleasing to your ear. Let your spirit set up on the one who has to teach today, that the words said and the words expressed will be those words which you want to be expressed. And to that, we give you praise. Amen.
Lead me, Yahweh, I will follow. Lead me, Yahweh, I will go. 'Cause when you call me, well, I will answer. Lead me, Yahweh, I will go. Cause when you call me, well, I will answer. Lead me, Yahweh, I will go. Lead me, Yahweh, I will go. Lead me, Yahweh, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. This is the day Yahweh has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. To all of you who made the journey out today, I say shalom, and may the peace of Yahweh be with you. For those who are watching by stream, social media, I say peace be unto you. May he bring you joy, happiness, and comfort. For this is the day Yahweh has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Come on, you guys know it. Come into your presence with thanksgiving. Enter your courts with praise. This is the atmosphere of worship and the presence of your name. Yahweh, Yahweh. Come into your presence with thanksgiving. We enter your court in praise. This is the atmosphere of worship and the presence of your name. We sing Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. There is love in your name, Yahweh. There is peace in your name, Yahweh. Everything that you are, yeah, it's in your name. It's in your name. Lift up holy hands in your presence. We bow before your throne in praise. It's in the atmosphere of worship and the presence of your name. We sing Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. There is joy in your name, Yahweh. There is victory in your name, Yahweh. Everything that you are, everything that you are, everything that you are, yeah, it's in your name. Hey! It's in your name. Come on, y'all. It's in your name. Yahweh. Yahweh is in your name. Yahweh. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Everything that you are is in your name. He is so amazing and beautiful. And as we have celebrated throughout the week the festival of Sukkot, I say unto you that these festivals are so important. And I'm glad that we are honoring them and we are being obedient to the ways of Yah. And on that, I'm glad you're here. I love your smile. It brings me joy to know you're here. For the Father made it possible to gather on this day. We are family. We are family. Yeah, we are family. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I love your smile. It brings me joy to know you're here. For the Father made it possible to gather on this day. We are family. We are family. Yeah, we are family. And I'm glad you're lift up your head, Yahweh people. Lift up your head and give him praise, praise. Lift up your head, Yahweh people. Lift up your head and give him praise. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Here we go. Lift up those hands that give him praise. Hey! Lift up those hands and give him praise. Yeah. Lift up those hands and give him praise. Lift up those hands, Yahweh people. Lift up those hands and give him praise. Hey, lift up those hands, Yahweh people. Lift up those hands and give him praise. For the Father made it possible to gather on this day. We are family. We are family. Yeah, we are family. We are family. Here we go. We are fam. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on, son. Last time we said we are family. And I'm glad you're here. I say Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom to you. Oh, we done? You? Oh, that's cool. No, that's cool. We good. We are good. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom to everybody once again. This is the end of our high holy days, Sukkot, the festival of booths. Remember, Israel, you lived in booths. And for these 8 days, if we had been in the land, we would have all lived in booths. There's a difference in being in exile and being in the land. If we were in the land, how many of you, I know some of you slept outside or you were in booths this week. Was it cold? Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. If we were in the land, see, one of the reasons why the Most High does what he does is because everything that he has done is directed to the land. If we were in the land, this time of the year is summer. And it's hot. So sleeping in booths would have been comfortable in the land. There's a lot of things we're going to be able to do in the land that we cannot do here in exile. But I understand our desire to please the Most High and moving forward and trying to address our lives in the way that he would expect us to address our lives. One of the reasons that we have this aspect of grace, Yahweh's grace and his mercy and his exile is because the Most High understood that when I excommunicate you out of the land, there's not a lot of this you're going to be able to do. And based upon my laws and my teachings, you should be dead. Case in point, make it simple. Exodus 31, where this talks about the Sabbath. He says, anyone of you who do not keep my Sabbath and honor it shall be put to death. Well, we can't put anybody to death in exile. That's called grace. There is another period of time which we're going to talk about. I think we're going to talk about it today. I have. My mind is. I woke up. I went to sleep last night, and a different part of Isaiah was on my mind. And I woke up this morning, and that same. Matter of fact, I wasn't even around us. Helps us to understand the Most High is obligated to turn it around. John, you and I are talking in our podcast this week coming up. Because I am trying to figure out. I hear Christian pastors back full circle to the teachings of the Most High, and we listen to what He's saying. And we don't try to spiritualize what He's saying, but we ride on what He is saying and keep it within context. So we come through this period of time that's called Sukkot, and we come to the end of Sukkot. If we had a strong community of Hebrews, Israelites, this past week would have been filled with joyous occasions. One of the things that I saw the first time that I even was introduced to what's going on I was in Southfield, Michigan, and I was at my dear friend's house, Rabbi Young, and he lived in the center, in the heart, right in the heart of a Ashkenazi community. You could walk from his house to the synagogue. And I'm going like, what are they doing next door? And next door, at the house next door, they were having a very outdoor festive occasion. Very festive. And they were having a real joyous time. And they move from house to house in the community, and they shared this time that's called Sukkot. Maybe one of these years we'll get to it, where we can there's the thing that they do. They have, maybe you go from house to house. One house you might start out with salads. The next house you have something else. The next house you have something else. And you wind up at the last house and you have dessert. But it's very festive. And it's moving. And it's all outdoors. So maybe one of these years we'll get there. But my point being is our ability not to be able to follow and do everything that we need to do. The Most High has accredited to us grace. However, the things that we are able to do, it's very imperative that we do them. Because when we make an effort to do them, it comes back to the obligation. The Most High is going to deal with us according to the effort that we put into the one word that you're going to find written all through Hebrew text. What's that one word? What's that one word? Say it loud and be proud. What's that one word? Obey. Obey. If you obey these mitzvot, if you obey these rulings and these commandments that I'm giving you, if you obey them, then things will go well with you in the land in which that you're in. Black and brown people are the number one topic in the world. Black and brown people are the number one topic in the world. Black and brown people are the number one topic in this exiled nation that we live in. Do you realize that? There's not one day that you can turn on the news, read anything that's not germane or systemic to black and brown people. And it's all negative. None of it's positive. It's all negative. With that thought in mind, you have to realize that things for us in exile are not going to get better moving forward. And there's a difference between us and our ancestors. When I talk about our ancestors, I'm talking about the forerunners that were exiled to this nation out of the continent of Africa and brought to this nation, of which the United States is the second largest nation besides Brazil, in which that people from the continent of Africa were brought out of their country and dropped off along the transatlantic slave. Brazil has the largest population. The United States has the second largest population. And we're in this exile because, according to Lamentations chapter 5, verse 7, our ancestors, the people that we're talking about, the people that we're reading about, refused to do, what's the one word again? They refused to obey the Most High's words and walk in his teaching and acknowledge him as being the sovereign. For that reason, we are in this exile. And we have become very comfortable. And that's not good. We become very comfortable in this exile. We've taken our licks, and we've been battered, we've been bruised, we've been barbecued, no sauce. We've been hung. And to this very day that you and I are sitting in this building, you're walking around with a bullseye on your back. And the only difference between Sacramento, Tennessee, Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, and all the states in which that we find the majority of our people being murdered, the only difference is that we live in a state in which that things are kind of, they're invert. They're not overt. They're invert. You can feel it. You can see it. But you're not living in a way where you're threatened by it, where you're in fear of being able to go to the grocery store and come home safe. You and I don't live like that. Not here. But there are places in America where this text, that's our text, the Most High says, you will live in fear of your life. And you will be a byword amongst the nations. You will be hated. We come to understand something that we ask ourselves the question. And people who don't understand the nature of the Father's word, they're asking a question. Why do they hate us? It's in text. The Most High said they would. The Most High is what? The same yesterday, today, and forever. What he's done in the past, he continues to do. In other words, The Most High is readable. You can read him. You don't really have to wait for something to happen to understand what's going on. Why, besides hate, do they treat us the way they do? Because of the same reason that our ancestors were in Mitzrayim, Egypt, and Paro, the Most High told Moshe, before he sent him down there to liberate our people, he said, I am going to harden Paro's heart. So the reason why things are the way they are, two, one, they hate us. Number two, the Most High has hardened their heart against us. Now you have to ask a question, why? Why? Why would he do that? Why would the Most High cause a nation of people's hearts to be hardened against us? Anybody want to take a stab at that answer? Why? Huh? Exactly. To get us in this exile to turn back to him. But what's the cry? The cry isn't, oh, help me, oh. That's not the cry. The cry is a people who are willing to make the effort to turn back to the Most High's ways and walk according to his teachings. That's the cry. That's what he's waiting for. So when we think about it, and we think about where we are, and we look at our people all over the world, we've just been focusing on black folks and black churches. No. It's much larger than that. Who don't even have a clue. They don't know what you know. Look how small we are. They don't know what you do. And look how large. Look, if we were to do a map, we would be less than a speck on the map in terms of the knowledge that we have concerning the Most High's word compared to the larger picture. And my assistant ambassador over there, he's optimistic, pessimistic. We're opposites. I don't believe the Most High is going to deliver us until the very end of the time of this day. The reason being is because the issue's too big. And there's no cry from Israel. We went through the book of Judges. And in the book of Judges gives us time frames. And Israel was in destitute by the various nations, the Philistines and the Jebusites and all those people. Well, they were there for 400 and some odd years, and they cried out, and the Most High delivered them. And then they went back, and they were in for another 600 years, and they were oppressed by somebody else, and the Most High delivered them because they cried out. And it goes on and on. 600, listen, 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 listen. We are only about 35 years into what is called the last days. How do I arrive at that number? I arrive at that number from the book of Daniel, chapter number 12 or 14. It says, here we go. Look at Daniel. Here it is, chapter verse 4. But you, Daniel, keep these words secret. Seal up the book until the time of the end. Seal up the book until the time of the end. Many will rush here and there, as this word right here is the key. As knowledge increases. So here's the question. Seal up the information until the time of the end, until knowledge increases. When did knowledge increase? In your lifetime. When did knowledge increase? We've talked about it before. 1985, when the World Wide Web populated, that began the time of the end. 1985. Now we do the math. 1,000 years is as a day, and a day is as 1,000 years. So we take and we subtract 2023 from the time frame from 1985, and we look at the time that we have remaining in the time of the end. You see, we've got a ways to go. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Come on, where are you going to be? You're going to be in the dust. Now, watch what he says. Many of those sleeping in the dust of the earth will awaken, some to everlasting life, some to everlasting shame and abhorrence. But those who can discern will shine like the brightness of the heaven's dome, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Now, what's my job? My job is to help you to understand so that you can navigate something that's very important, something that's more important to you than the breath that you're breathing. My job is to help you to realize that all we're looking at from each other is the house. This is just the house. The most important part of the house is what makes the house run. I know there's electricity in the house. I don't see it. If I fool around with some switches, I'll feel it. I don't see it, but I'll feel it. The most important part of you is your soul. Your soul. Your soul is the most important part of who you are. And if you and I don't take care of it, it will never see the light of day. It will be sleeping in the dust, and it will arise to shame and abhorrence. So let's look at something. I don't want Samuel, I want Isaiah. Oh, here you are. I was going to do Isaiah chapter 23 is where I'm supposed to go today, but the Most High won't let me leave this particular text right here. So let's walk through it for a minute. We're going to do some reading, and we need to understand something. And I want you to listen to the text. Because what we've taught you and what we've talked about in the last time that I taught to you, I talked to you about something that's called hell. Hell. I asked myself a question this week. If there were no hell and there were no devil, what would the Christians be saved from? Because that's their whole paradigm. We know by text, by reading Bereshit chapter 1 and the creation of all things, that there is absolutely, unequivocally no conversation by the Most High of any place called hell. There isn't even a conversation about the devil. Oh, it's the adversary. Well, we know who that is now. But we hear these words over and over again about the soul, where the soul goes. And we hear the terminology which is called Sheol. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. I don't know where I'm at because this is all part of the same network. It's too late. I'm already into it, Brother Sean. We use the word Sheol. And if I cross the street, now when I talk about cross the street, I'll go over to the Christian word. Sheol to them is hell. It's not. It's not. And they get it out of this particular chapter. Let's read. And listen to the words, because the words are very important to understand the text when we get down to verse number 14. I want to sing a song for someone I love. Yahweh, speaking to Yeshayahu, I want to sing a song for someone I love, a song about my loved one and his vineyard. My loved one had a vineyard on a very fertile hill, Jerusalem. He dug up its stones and cleared them away, planted it with the choicest vines, built a watchtower in the middle of it, carved out its rocks a winepress, and he expected to produce good grapes, but it produced only sour and wild grapes. Now, I got to get somewhere here. Let me get somewhere here before I move on. Now, citizens of Jerusalem and people of Yehuda judged between me be judged between me, the Most High, and my vineyard. What more could I have done for my vineyard that I haven't already done in it? So why, when I expected good grapes, did it produce sour wild grapes? Jeremiah talks about, I planted you a good grape, but how did you become wild, degenerated? Now, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I'll remove its hedge. Now, watch this, watch this. I'm going to remove its hedge. One of the problems that we have historically is when the exile of Hebrew Israel was excommunicated out of the land, and when the historical narrative of their traversing the transatlantic trade slave coming across the Atlantic, we have the historical narrative of our ancestors living or sleeping or being housed in boats by the Portuguese and the Oxenazar Jews on the bottom of ships, stacked row by row like loaves of bread. We ask ourselves a question. Why didn't the Most High help them? Because he couldn't. What did he say? I removed the hedge. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the hedge. What's the hedge? What's the hedge? The hedge is his protection. I'm going to remove it. They cried out. They cried out to him. Kumbaya! Kumbaya! He turned a deaf ear. He couldn't help them. And its grapes will be eaten up. I will break through its fence, and its vines will be trampled. I will let it go to waste. It will be neither pruned nor hoed, but overgrown with briars and thorns. I will also order the clouds not to let any rain fall on it. Now we have metaphorical language. I'm not going to let any rain fall on it. I'm not going to let my spirit fall on it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine yourself today without having access to the Spirit of the Most High El? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine yourself in a state of being and existence where you need the Most High's help to answer you in your time of need, and he does not respond? Can you imagine that? Must we wait until there's a disaster to call upon him? And hope that he hears us. Hope he's hearing me. Because I don't know for sure. Because I'm not over in Devarim chapter 4, where he talks about a people who have such laws and such rules and such an El that's as close to him as your Elohim, that when you call upon him, he hears you. Why? Because you meet the criteria. But can you imagine our people? He moved the hedge. order the cloud not to give any rain. My spirit is removed from you. I can't hear you. And I'm doing this because my loved one and his vineyard, my loved one, the vineyard, is functioning in a way that I'm not even going to prune around it. I'm going to allow it to function without being tended. I'm not even going to tend it. I'm going to let the nations, watch this now. Oh, so you want it to be like them. Well, I'm going to let them tend your garden. But the point being, now I'm in the briar patch. And I got weeds all around me. Because when I was in the land and in Jerusalem, oh, the temple was tended. Things were tended. And I had a joyous time. And on this particular period of time during Sukkot, I remember in my mind when we could go to Jerusalem and all the people, the convocation would be gathered and all the people of Israel would be gathered. And there'd be, come on somebody, come on you Hebrews. Hey, party, going to party now. I can hear Al Jarreau saying, party. Come on, let's party now. It'd be a big party and a big barbecue going on, and we'd be having festive time. But no. I'm going to let you go to waste. I'll neither prune you nor hold you, but overgrown with briars and thorns, and I'm not even going to let any rain. Now, what does verse 7 say? Now, the vineyard of Yahweh Sabaoth, Yahweh of hosts, is the house of Israel. That's us. Even many of the Ashkenazis recognize that this is us and not them. The only ones who deny the truth are the Zionists. Oh boy, they're a brood. The Zionists, Ashkenazis, they're something else. So now the vineyard of Yahweh Sabaoth is the house of Israel, and the men of Yehudah are the planet he delighted in. So he expected justice, but look, bloodshed, and righteousness, but listen, cries of distress. Woe to those who add house to house and join field to field until there's no room for anyone else, and you live in splendor alone on your land. What's he talking about? He's talking about our Hebrew ancestors who got greedy. And he, wait now. I want you to think about something. We're talking about Hebrews. Now watch this now. Just because they don't walk by the Father's mitzvot and they don't keep the Sabbath, don't mean they ain't Hebrews. They're Hebrews and don't know they're Hebrews, and they live in splendor, and they're concerned with greed. Hello? A lot of you have stopped going to church because money. Show me the Benjamins. You got tired of listening from this place, men crying out for the Benjamins and money, money, money. And you came away every week empty and not hearing anything that was to protect and guard your soul. And the reason why you were in anguish was because your soul was upset. Because inside of you, your soul was crying out, saying, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. And it wasn't being nourished. And finally, you had enough. And you left. And you started searching for food. Yahweh of hosts said to my ears, many houses will be brought to ruin, large, magnificent ones left empty. He's not talking about the house that you live in. He's talking about the houses that you worship in. Many are going to be left empty. This whole particular text here is germane to things that are systemic to the end of days. For a 10-acre vineyard will produce only 5 gallons of wine. And seed from 5 bushels of grain will yield but half a bushel. Whoa! Now we're coming somewhere. We're coming somewhere. Follow the narrative here. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Woe! Lo! To those who get up early to pursue intoxicating liquor, who stay up late at night until wine inflames them. Now, there's no mitzvot that denies us the ability to imbibe and to have a joyous occasion of wine and various drinks. But if that's the first thing on your mind early in the morning, instead of seeking my face and acknowledging me, and you wake up and you want to party. Let's get the lutes, the lyres, the drums, the flutes, and the wine and their party. But they pay no attention to how Yahweh works and never look at what his hands have made. We fail to pay attention to those critical things in our life. And never feel the urgency that's going on within your soul. Because at this stage of the game, your soul is the thing that is at stake. Your soul, not the house. Not this. Let me tell you something. I very much believe the position of our African ancestors that came to this exiled nation with the idea of supporting something that's called a homegoing. The black church has picked up this idea of a homegoing completely out of the narrative of what it means and what it attends to. Our ancestors believed that when they died, their soul went back to the land. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, because I'm going to get somewhere in chapter 4 and verse 14. I want you to think about something, okay? I don't have any text to support this idea, but the logic of it resonates very clearly. If man was created in the land. Follow the narrative. If man was created in the land, and we were, all humans were created in the land. The house decays. The instant that breath leaves your body, it goes before you can blink. It's gone back to the Father who gave it, and your soul has departed instantly, and gone to this place that's called Sheol. Instantly. Instantaneously. Now I want you to think for a minute, because the only thing that's in the graveyard, are the bones that reside after your flesh has gone to dust. That's the only thing that's in the graveyard. So is the Most High going to resurrect bones from the graveyard all over this world? Think of the logic of it. Where were you created? You were created in the land. So let's look at this. So you pay no attention to how Yahweh works and never looked at what his hands have made. For, watch this, what does he say? Read it with me. Come on, read it with me. Come on, read it with me. For such lack of knowledge, my people go into exile. Period. Why are we here? Now, I want you to stop and think about something. The thing that bothers you the most in life are two components that are systemic to each other, which is your heart and your soul. And inside of you, there is this innate desire to not want to be here. Come on. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And you go, be where? I don't want to be here. Well, where do you want to be? I want to be where my soul can have some peace. And the only place my soul is ever going to have peace is back in the land. As long as we're in this exile, you're not going to have any peace in your soul, in your person. I can have rest by knowing that I'm walking according to the dictates that the Most High has given me to walk by. I can have peace with that, or I can have solace with that. But while I'm watching the narrative of things that are going on around me, and I'm watching my sisters and brothers that are part of me that don't even know they're part of me, being shot down in the streets, being hunted like an animal, it grieves my soul. And I got to tell you something. My soul is at the point where it's hard for me to take that every day. I can't handle it anymore. And what's the problem? Lack of knowledge. Not only is lack of knowledge, but the other text says they don't even want to know it. So I ask the question, if you understand there's no hell, there's no devil, then what are you going to church for? What are you trying to be saved from? You're not getting knowledge. They're not teaching, but they pay no attention to how Yahweh works and never look at what his hands have made. That is absent. What's the knowledge of the Most High? To know him. Not to know of him, but to know him. And the only way you can know him is in the volume of the body of his teaching. What did he say? Who are we? Who are we? We're his loved ones. Who are we? We are singing a song for someone I love, a song about my love and his vineyard. My loved one had a vineyard. Yahweh had a vineyard on a very fertile hill, Jerusalem. Do you realize, class, that if we were in the land today, we would be having a robust time. Robust time. It would be, I can't explain it because I don't have anything to use to explain it other than to know that Sukkot is a season of joy. Watch this now. Now, let's go back. Before we can understand this, we got to go back up here. Woe to those who get up early to pursue intoxicating liquor, who stay up late at night until wine inflames them. They have lutes and lyres, drums and flutes, wine at their parties, but they pay no attention to how Yahweh works and never look at what his hands have made. For such lack of knowledge, my people go into exile. This is also why their respected men starve and their masses are parched from thirst. Parched from thirst, their masses, their respected men starve. I can't feed you. I can't feed you if I can't feed myself. I don't have anything to give you. And I'm giving you the same thing over and over and over again. Can I go across the street? Can I go across the street? Can I go across the street? I'm going across the street. I'm going anyway. Yeshayahu says, I have a desire to tell you things. I want to tell you things that require an individual to be able to eat strong meat. But I can't tell you because you're still on pablum, you're still on milk. How long can a grown man live on milk? How long can your body sustain just living on pablum and milk? You're grown. I can't say that word. How long can you sustain yourself naturally, much less spiritually? How many times do I need to go to church to hear about I need to love you? How many times do I need to do that? I can walk in the church, I pick up, we need to talk about love. We need to talk about charity. You all need to love each other. Oh, and by the way, I need your offering today. Come on. I don't need to go to church for a motivational speech. If you and I are not grown enough today to be able to build, he said, I'm going across the street again. I'm going across the street again. I got to go across the street. Got to go across. Building your own self up in the most holiness, the set apartness. What is that? Torah. They've taken from us and put into that. Building who? Building who? Your what? Yourself. My job is to help you to understand. I'm like what's the person at the gym that helps you out? What's that person called? I forgot now. I'm physical trainer. I'm like the personal trainer. I can't do the work for you, but I can tell you what work you need to do. And their masses are parched for thirst. The people are thirsty. Thirsty for what? They're thirsty for life. They're thirsty for the word of the Most High. So we talk about, well, I know the Most High. I love the Most High. I'll study His word. What are you studying? Because the stuff that you're talking about has nothing to do with the Most High. Here we go. Now, based upon the prior text that we've gone through, we have a therefore. Therefore always leads us to something that has been stated prior. Therefore, Sheol, or the underland, the underworld, hath enlarged itself and opened up its limitless jaws, and down go their nobles and masses, along with their noise and rebels. Now, this place right here that exists somewhere has enlarged itself. Now watch out, watch out. I'm going to tell you something. This text that I'm reading ain't got nothing to do with the nations. This is not written to the nations. This is not written to the fundamental Christians. That's not written to them. It's not about them. It's about you and I. It's about us. Because if you think about it, now watch this now. If you think about this place, which is the underworld, Sheol, has enlarged itself, and I want you to get into your mind and think about the numbers of people that are in the grave, the masses. Okay? And I want you to think about the masses of Hebrew Israel that exist there and the masses of the nations that exist there. So he's not talking here about the nations, he's talking about Hebrew Israel. So when the revivification happens, the revivification is about you and I. And about those who have joined with us. Remember Daniel's words? Those who have been revocated to greatness and those who are abhorrent. Now watch here. So the masses are lowered and the nobles are humbled. Proud looks will be brought down. Now, all of that pride that you exalted, look at me, and who sat in the seat of the high places and looked so whatever, and everybody just praised you, and everybody just gave you the honor and the glory. Now you're lowered and humbled. Your proud looks are going to go away. But Yahweh Sabaoth is exalted through justice. El, the set apart one, is consecrated through righteousness. How do we it's through righteousness. What is righteousness? What is it? What is it? How am I made righteous? The only way that I can be made righteous. Now watch this now. I'm not talking about the house. Remember, I'm not talking about the house. I'm talking about your soul. The only way your soul can be made righteous is by, what's the magic word? Obeying the rules and the teachings of the Most High El. So, this place is not hell. So hell has not enlarged itself. No. The abode of the soul of Hebrew Israel has enlarged itself because our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. They will not pay attention and they don't want to hear it. Oh my God, please don't say nothing about Jesus. Don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I have a responsibility. I hear the prophet in Ezekiel tell me, if you see the sword coming and you fail not to warn the people, you will be charged. I love you all, but I ain't willing to pay that price. And if you warn them and they don't take heed, then the sword will be up on them and not you. My job is to sound the alarm. I'm in Joel now. Sound the alarm in Zion. Warn my people. Tell them. Tell my people. That's the reason why I look at you every week. And I hope you understand. I really hope you understand how blessed you are. I hope you understand how blessed you are. Ambassador Appleton, he comes every week and he gives you something that goes, wow. But the wow doesn't mean anything if it has not an effect on your soul. I'm not trying to protect the house. I'm trying to guard and protect my soul. I want to be, where are we? I want to be raised. I want to be raised. I want to be raised. I want to be awakened to everlasting life. I want to be raised to everlasting life. That's the goal, isn't it? The reason why people don't want to go to hell is because they want to be raised to everlasting life. But there is no hell. There is no devil. But you, Hebrew Israel, when you go to sleep, and you will, you want your soul to be in a healthy state. You want to hear the Most High say to you, you did good. I want to hear him say to me, Robert, you told my people. You told them. I want to hear him say that to me. When I wake up, I want to hear him say that. Now let's watch the mystery. Because the Most High said something in his word to Israel. He said, through you, Hebrew Israel, I am going to do something awesome. I'm going to cover it next week, chapter number 23. So here we go. As we look at our close today, I hope you've come to understand this place called Sheol and why it exists. You're going there, so you might as well understand what it is. You're going to rest there. You're going to sleep there. You're going to be there until Daniel, we awaken to eternal life. Yemerekaka, Yahweh Vishmareka, Yahweh Panabaleka, Lekanuka, Yahweh Panabaleka by Panuka, Yasa, Yahweh Panabaleka by Yasam, Lakash Shalom. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. May Yahweh make his face to shine on you and show you his favor. May Yahweh lift up his face towards you and give your soul peace. Shalom.